What's going on, everybody? This is Al from PlaybookGamer.com, and in the last Dynasty video, we took on Tulane. Had no issues there. Thankfully, we didn't have a letdown game like you can at times when you beat a big-time opponent like we did with Virginia Tech. But we took care of business against the Green Wave, and we're number 2 in the country. I don't know if you just noticed that, but this whole national championship talk, it's real. And today we're taking on Louisville. And we have to win the day, obviously, to have a chance to play in the national championship game. And we'll check out the BCS rankings here in a little bit. But as you can see, Louisville, they're 6-5. They're on a bit of a winning streak. They got a little more talent than we do, but it's more or less even. We actually got better players on defense than they do. It's crazy how it only takes a few years to get to that point. Looking at some of their stats, they put up points fairly well. They pass the ball fairly well, it seems. I'm guessing they got a quarterback that can sling it some. Their defense isn't all that great. It's a lot like ours in a way that they're really good at one thing but not so good at the other. They're really good at stopping the run, but they can't stop the pass to save their life. But they are practically leading the country in turnover differential. So we've got to be aware of that. Big thing is win today, and it's looking like we may be able to get to the national championship game. We'll go to in-season recruiting, and there's nothing to see here. The 8 players that we went after, basically from the beginning, there may have been 1 or 2 of these other ones that we tried initially and then we just gave up on them. You see some of these other 4. I never look at this, but I figure this may be interesting. Eddie Brown, the big lefty out of Missouri, he went to Nebraska. Wide receiver Greg Booth decided to go to Miami. Lance Beck, strong safety, decided to go to Ohio State. He's from Ohio, which makes sense. And the other quarterback, Justin Green, he still hasn't decided yet, apparently. But the other 8 guys that we went after throughout the entire season, we got them to commit. So we look at our numbers here, and we got 57 coming back as long as, nobody leaves early or transfers out. And we got 8 in the fold. So that is 65, which technically means I only have to recruit and get 5 commitments in the offseason. I'm going to get a little bit more than that because we still got probably maybe a 6th or a 7th of our entire roster of just really bad players. So we still need to build some depth. But either way, I could be very picky in who I want in the offseason, which means I could put a whole lot more points in the training to really gear up for the next season, which should be a lot of fun as well. All right, let's go to Sports Illustrated and let's talk about some national championship stuff. And there it is. The latest bowl rankings have Murray State playing for the national title. Go to bowl rankings and what do you know? We're 2nd in the country. Looks like Virginia got beat. I think they got beat by Miami. Got them their 2nd loss, which moved us up. So as long as we win, we are in. Because it's a huge drop-off from the 2nd place to the 3rd place unless something crazy happens to where, if Virginia... I don't know what... This is the Coastal, and they're like, okay, this works out. Both of them are in the same division. I was going to say if one of them was in the other division, they could play each other for the national championship game, and Virginia may be able to beat Miami and move up or something. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think there's just enough of a drop-off between Miami, Murray State, and the rest of us to where as long as we win, we will be playing for the big trophy. A lot of fun. All right, let's go to Heisman Watch. We haven't had anybody on this list all season. I think we could have had Gladhar on there if we would have maybe gave him the ball a whole lot more throughout the season. But I'm more than satisfied with how we've handled it this year, splitting the reps between him and Davidson and technically our quarterback as well. But it looks like Miami is just having an amazing season. Got a halfback and a quarterback that are up for the national or for the Heisman. Texas Tech, of course, Graham Harrell is putting up some crazy numbers. In the air raid offense, speaking of the air raid offense, my next Dynasty or either, depending on how the roster shakes out next season, I'm going to get back to some short passing and stuff. That's what I enjoy most, and that's what most people have a hard time with playing 06 or any of the other games is the passing, and I can definitely help people out with that in spades. So hopefully going further, I would like to throw the ball a little bit more. We'll see how that goes, though. Okay, let's check out the awards finalists. We're up for a few. Gladhar, he's still a finalist for the Maxwell, but I don't think he's going to get it unless he just goes like 400 yards on, rushing today or something. Walker, I think he has a chance, but it looks like this halfback from Miami is going to sweep these awards, but you never know. He's having a good season, 23 total touchdowns, and looks like Gladhar only has 16. So it's pretty obvious this guy's going to get it, even though we got a lot more yards than he does, but we're splitting the carries. So there you go with that. Now let's go to the other award, and that's the coach award. I think we've got this locked up because look who's in second and third place. A couple of 2-loss coaches on the season. I think if we lose, we still may end up winning this thing. It'd be nice to have that under our belt. Bowl projections. We can check this quickly, but we know where we're going to be at. I forgot to see. It's the Orange Bowl. So what'll be interesting is, I don't know if I've ever done this before, is playing a national championship game at a bowl site where the other team, that's their home stadium. Well, this isn't the home stadium. It's the same town. My bad. At the time, Miami had their own stadium, and now they play in the Orange Bowl or whatever they call it now, the Dolphin Stadium. But it'd be cool. I don't think I've ever played Miami in the Orange Bowl before. That's what I'm trying to say. That'd be a pretty interesting little scenario right there for sure. Conference standings, I want to check out our team information screen. We'll look here. Simmons, thankfully we haven't thrown an interception in like 4 or 5 games, so we've really stretched our touchdown to interception ratio. Of course, Gladhar's doing his thing with 160 yards rushing. Look at the defense, Potts, Mitchell, and look at their Potts is now at 3 interceptions. What's interesting, I think they had Schroeder at 3 interceptions. I'm starting to think we got maybe 3 guys with like 3 apiece. I don't know how they decide who gets that top spot. Either way, he's listed on there twice, which is pretty cool. Now let's go to the Big East. And looks like Louisville is going to win the Big East. This is their last game of the season with us. And I'm guessing they beat Cincinnati. That's why they have them sitting on top. But either way, we can check here, and they got some players out. They got a couple receivers, a corner. They got a quarterback's putting up okay numbers. Running backs doing fine. Receivers doing okay. Wow, they got one defensive player. He's got 86 tackles and 6 sacks. That's a lot. He's doing damage for sure. Either way, it's been a long time. It's the first season since we played Louisville? Maybe the second season, so I'm glad to put them back on the schedule. Having an in-state rivalry is always fun. So let's go here, and let's take on the Cardinals. And looks like we got somebody in trouble. Cornerback Scott McBride. If I'm not mistaken, he's our number 1 corner. Let's see what he done. I don't care what McBride said he was. If you miss practice, you sit out. End of discussion. I mean, my bar is already stupid low anyways. Like, it doesn't matter. I can go none and nothing happens. But I'm going to do a quarter just to show that I actually done something. Because I don't know how this game reacts if you don't discipline at all. If they start to bring out more infractions, if that makes sense. Because you know me, I'm a big proponent of over-disciplined kids to bring down that bar. But also, I think that tells the game, say, hey, really over-disciplined, so maybe we're not going to throw as many suspensions or infractions or kids getting in trouble at you. So I'm going to just do it for a quarter for now. All right, let's get the show on the road. All right, looks like we got a pretty day in Murray, Kentucky. A little Commonwealth battle. That's a rough-looking tie there, Brad. Oh, yeah, pretty day for some football.
And it's going to be a cold afternoon for this game.
It's cold, but there's no wind, no rain. I'm all down for that.
Well, folks, we're excited to bring you what appears to be another great gridiron matchup. And here come the racers.
The prettiest uniforms in all of college football. I like them. It's a good color combo. Theirs look pretty cool, too. You can't go wrong with red and white. It's just they contrast really well. Oh, Gladhar, he's been just a great player for us. A different type of back compared to Drummer from last season.
I expect him to have a big game on the ground. Nice pick.
And they're picking us. That's expected. Let's go to the coin toss. We won the toss, so we want the ball to start the second half. And let's check out their roster. Okay, starting quarterback Davis Manning, a big kid, 6'5", 226, 70 speed, but that's not fast enough for me to worry about that. So I can blitz him some today. Just looking at his arm, 87 and 88, that's pretty good. Now his backup, They got some big quarterback, 6'3", 233. That guy's got a 93 throwing power. Not as good on the accuracy, though. And look at this kid, 6'4", 233. So all three of these guys are big kids. All about the same type of player. These two are pocket passers, and I think anytime you go, it's probably 70 and above on the speed is when they may consider you as a balanced quarterback as opposed to a pocket passer. I could be dead wrong on that. I'm not quite sure what it is. Halfback. Okay, George Stripling. Now, I did not scout Louisville. I probably should have, but they're a balanced offense. This is, what's his name? Petrino. Bobby Petrino. This is when he was here. Balanced offense. I'm pretty sure they run a 4-3 defense. But looking at here, they got an impact running back, which tells me you think they're going to run the ball some today. At least half the time. I don't know what their run-pass ratio is, but it's all based off where their impact guys are at. Fullback, I'm not seeing a whole lot of nothing there. Wide receiver, their top guy's out. That stinks for him. He's humongous, too. 6'6", 214. Look at this guy, 6'7", 178. He needs to be playing basketball, not football. 6'7", 190. Oh, I love these freak-looking players. They're just really tall, just really abnormal. This guy's out for 11 weeks, so they're a little depleted at wide receiver, but the two that they got out there are very tall guys, so it'll be interesting when they start throwing deep balls at us. Tight ends, not bad. 70. Neither one can run all that well. They can catch okay. Look at their offensive line. 97 overall left tackle. Maybe the best left tackle in the country. 74, 85, 76, and 78. So that left tackle is going to do some damage, honestly. I can't imagine us be able to get around him much. Now, like I said, I think they run a 4-3. Now, this defensive end doesn't show it. He's humongous, but I'm pretty sure they run a 4-3. 85 overall, 72 speed. And same with this guy, just humongous. 6'3", 274. That's a freak right there. Look how big he is. And 74 speed, that's tough to find. Defensive tackle, that is one thing. I'll go back and talk about this. I know in the next Dynasty, at least, I want to start playing around with a different defense. I want to do some, like, odd front stuff. Normally, I've been a 4-down guy forever. But I want to start playing around with, like, the 3-4. So I think I may make that my base defense in the future. And that'll be an interesting little challenge. It's just a little bit different, a little tough to stop the run with it. But I'm looking forward to doing some of that. Thankfully, the reason I brought that up is because you can find big defensive ends in this game. And the natural defensive ends tend to fit 3-4 more than the 4-3. But that's for another topic for another day. Look at their defensive tackles. Not bad. 84 on a couple of them. They got plenty of bodies there. All right. Linebacker. True freshman left outside linebacker. Just a 65 overall. A really good middle linebacker at 85. And even better right outside linebacker at 92. So their linebacking core, minus this guy, is not too bad. Then you got, their top corner, maybe their best player on the team, is out. That's helpful for us because look at that. They have nothing at corner. Wow, they're depleted big time at corner. If we can exploit, we're going to do our outside run stuff and, just attack them as best we can. But their corners are going to have a hard time trying to stop our run game. So we may be able to pass a little bit on them today if I can think of good opportune times to try that out. Free safety. Looks like their second guy is a little bit better, but they're about the same player. One's a little faster. I bet this guy's smarter, and he is. That's why this guy got him second, just because the awareness is complete differential. One's a senior, one's a true freshman. That's a really good pickup right there. Nick Jackson, true freshman at 80 overall. That's hard to find. It's really hard to find any true freshman 80 to 84. I think that's the most you could ever see is an 84. I think it's rare to get an 86. The calculation has to turn out perfectly. Strong safety, 76 with 82 speed. So their secondary just isn't all that great. Kicker, nothing special. And nothing special at punter either. So that guy's out, and that guy's out. So their top two special teams guys are out today. So it looks like it all comes down to that running back. If we can shut him down, I think we'll be okay. We'll do our normal high kick. I have no desire for this guy to return it. Anybody return it, to be honest. At least not this season. I just couldn't get around the left guard. Picked up 7.
7-yard run by the running back.
Those pride stickers look cool. I have to remind myself that I'm down a corner for a little bit. Good stop right there. They went with that toss, and it didn't work. Okay. 3rd and 3. Love to get a stop here.
Just look at those numbers.
Get him, Potts. Nice. Huge hole coming right down the middle. Like, they went counter. That's what it was. That's why there's... Look at that huge hole, though. Either way, good job by our best linebacker in Potts making a play. Okay, that's a good stop. Let's get the ball and see if we can get our first touchdown of the day. Oh, he could have blocked that. We'll go back and look at that as soon as I finish this one. Don't fumble it. We go back and look at this. Look how close, and he just decided not to. I should have took him over. You actually had a chance. Look at this. If he'd have jumped, he could have jumped, and that could have been blocked. So that's interesting. I may need to fool around with that more. Maybe hit the X button to go to the closest guy to the ball, and then hit jump. I may be able to block those. That's really cool. Okay, we're going to go basic slam. They're going man, so I'm going to leave it as is. And that was good defense. I thought Myers was going to pick him up on the block, but he just bypassed him altogether. Sometimes that happens. I think he was going to go for the safety. Okay, we're going to go power option. I want Gladhard to get involved in this one. This is our base play. I love the shift. Everything looks good. See if he can get up the field a little bit. I'm going to get caught by that one guy right there probably. Yep. Good little play right there. Just right up the sideline. That safety came on through. Good pursuit by that guy. We are going to go with our fullback deep play. They're going man. Now, if I motion this over, who's going to be on him? That's the impact guy. So if they go cover 0, I may go to Clark instead. But they're going to go 1 high. But we'll just go to Anderson, pick up 5. Maybe a few yards. I don't know how many. 6 yards. All right, we're going to go basic slam. They're going man. What worries me is I feel like I have no choice but to go right here. Let's see if I can get to the edge. Oh, just enough. Okay, we're going to go QB choice. They're going man. I think they got 2 guys on them, so that means that linebacker's probably on green, which means that impact guy's probably on Davidson. So let's just hand this off. Good play right there by the defender. I was able to get off of him, but still. Oh, he didn't get in. We'll break this play down. So what I noticed here, let's get out my handy-dandy Telestrator, is they're going man, but they got 2 guys right here against, 1, 2, and 3. So that tells me this guy is on him. This guy's probably on him, which means either this guy or this guy is probably on that guy right there, which tells me this guy is probably defending Davidson. So it's going to be a whole lot for him to come over here to try to make a tackle. So we'll see what happens. And they went QB spy. So I don't know. It looks like nobody was on my halfback. So either way, it was a good play call. Thankfully, we broke a tackle right there. And we almost got the touchdown. Okay, we're going to go over our basic goal line play, halfback power. I think I'm going to go to the right. They're going zone, but they're a little more stacked on the left. So we'll just go to the right and pick up a touchdown. All right, good deal. Good start. That looks like a good thumbnail right there. Just good blocking. Great block by Myers right there. We'll kick an extra point. Right down the middle, kind of, sort of.
Over 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. The score is Murray.
Another high kick. Again, I just don't trust us right now to be able to stop it. An easy return. I got to get a kicker later on. Yeah, I got to get a kicker later on in the off season. I need to find a better one. Get a stop, Potts. They went with another toss. That's another reason why I don't deal with toss plays in this game. Sometimes they work, but the blocking has to be perfect. Thankfully, I ran a blitz where I had that linebacker and Potts come right on through, and that guy had no chance. I'm going to go quarters here. I think they may run it or throw the ball. They haven't thrown the ball once yet.
He drops back.
Wide open over here. That's a good play. So it's 3rd and 5. We're going to do our normal cloud. I'm going to go after this cat if I can.
Back to pass. Steps up. Looking.
What in the world happened? Oh, we finally got to him. I guess he couldn't find anybody open. I feel like he had plenty of time to throw.
Man didn't even have a chance to make something.
Okay, we're going to go with double cross. I want to see if Long can return this thing. They don't have a very good punter, so maybe he could shank it to one side of the field. Something like that. Should have some room on the left side here. He's going to get me. He's going to get me. I may be able to gone. I may be gone. I may be gone. 6 points. Good deal. That's our first punt return of the year, I think.
Just another ho-hum return, huh, fellas?
He has the skills to score anywhere on the field.
Good to see him. Good to see him get a touchdown. Now, the reason why this worked is because they're on this hash, and he punted it on the other hash, and the rest of it was just free sailing after that. It got a good enough blocking. That guy wasn't fast enough to keep up with me. Okay. An even better start to the game. We'll kick an extra point.
And he tacks on the...
We'll do another high kick.
Gets it high up in the air.
I assume he will fair catch it.
Calls for the fair catch. He hauls it in at the 30.
We're going to go back to a one high.
The Cards line up with two tight ends.
I assume they're going to run it. Oh, man. I was able to get around the guard, just couldn't get too close to the running back. I'm not going to do the under front, but we're still going to do one high. I can see a toss coming. There it is. And it ain't going to work. Sorry. Not if I got a linebacker blitzing through. We're going to go back to clown. I'm going to go to the outside on this guy if I can. There we go. Good defense. That's why you want high at corner. Back to punt return we go. Maybe he could return another one. If he shanks it to the left side, we may have a chance. Oh, that could have been blocked. Here, I got a fair catch that one. That guy came through.
And they make the fair catch at the 22-yard line.
We're going to go with speed option this time. Now, they're going zone, so I got to be very careful here. Good block. We'll just cut up. I'm just going to keep it. No reason to pitch it.
Nice running on the option there.
Right, good heads up.
Now, we're going to run triple. Now, it seems obvious that I just need to keep this. Because look at all this room on the left side right here. I could have kept it. I could have pitched it. It wouldn't have made a difference, I don't think. Oh, big play by Davidson. We can go back and look at this. I guess if I wanted to read a linebacker, I would have read the impact guy. But there's just too much room over here for me to keep it. Either way, we had a huge wall. So I probably could have kept it or handed it off to Gladhar. And he could have got something, maybe. I don't know if he would have got stuck on our left tackle. Either way, I feel like I made the right choice in just keeping that one. And that's a nice little funny move by Davidson going around that guy.
And they were lucky that one didn't go for more on the 46.
Now, I'm going to go back to flex twins, but I'm going to run that PA rollout. Now, this is going to be interesting. This works really well against man, so this is either going to go to Davidson or Anderson, depending on the coverage. They're bringing both safeties, but I had to get that off a little quicker. They brought both safeties, but they brought really great pressure. I could have thrown it over the top, but look at the timing of when I'm throwing it. My cover zero beater, we can break this out. My cover zero beat, let's go back to the very end. Okay, let's talk about this play. They brought a lot of pressure. They went cover zero. This guy came down, and they was bringing heat from all the linebackers. But my cover zero beater is Anderson right here. The problem is when I snap the ball and they're bringing so much heat, I feel like I had to throw it really quickly. So I knew this guy was going to be open, Davidson, because it's just a very good man beater. If I would have thrown it to my cover zero beater, look what would have happened. It's really a gobbled mess up here. So it would have been like a 2-on-2 ordeal, and it would have been bad. I think I would have thrown an interception or something. So kudos to Louisville for making a play there. So we'll go back to basic power, go with Gladhar. He needs to touch the ball. It stinks I couldn't get that play to work from earlier. We may try that later on. Good blocking here. And he may be off to the races. Good stop. All right, good play. Okay, we're going to run quick slants. They're going zone, so I'm going to go to either Green or Johnson here. Looks like we're going to go to Johnson. Pick up an easy 5 yards there. I love the West Coast offense. I can't get enough of that stuff. So now we're going to go to our fullback red zone play. You've seen me run this 100 million times. They're going man. He's wide open. Should be able to go in for 6 points. Good little play there. Now it's just the game is en route. Hopefully we can put in our second string in the second half sometime. Good little play here, and you noticed it. I'll break it down one more time. This is the reason why motion works so well in this game. And speaking of the motion, I thought about a guy who comments on here quite a bit. He had some good house rules ideas, and I liked his idea of possibly maybe not motioning so much in the future. And I kind of get that, because when you motion, you're just forcing this guy to cover him, and he has no chance to come all the way over here to try to make a tackle. So when you snap the ball, look how, I mean, it's a 10-yard difference. So he has no chance. So when you go back here, if I hadn't moved him over, this guy would have been on Myers, which means he probably would have been all over him. So that's something that a simple way to maybe think about things in terms of doing house rules type stuff is use what that guy mentioned, was maybe not use so much motion. I think that was one of his house rules. I think that was one of the house rules he mentioned. He listed a ton of them. But I think that was one of them. And I can see how that would be one that you can make it more challenging on yourself if you don't motion so much, because you can manipulate the defense a little bit with it. Okay. Keep doing our same old thing. It's working. It's another high kick. You know we can talk about this. What's really hurting Louisville, and we still probably would have won anyways today, but it doesn't help when you are a passing-oriented team and your your best receivers out for 11 weeks, and that kind of forces them to run the ball a whole lot. They're almost hampered by their impact running back, because it's almost like they're forced to use him more than they probably need to, because he's not getting the job done. He's not getting the job done, at least right now. And he'll probably bust a few here in a minute, but... that was a good throw. I couldn't get in front of it. Okay, I'm going to go back to a one high. I think they'll run it. Nope, they're going to pass it. Get him. Almost got the sack. We'll go back to Cloud. Third and long. Oh, so close. I thought I was going to get the sack. Good stop, though. So I was kind of expecting this to be the game where nothing just went right, because that can happen in these types of games. But so far, the first half has went perfect. Like, nothing has gone wrong. Going to have to fair catch that one. Okay, I'm going to run slam at an ace slot. They're going zone, so I'm really curious to see if I can cut up the field a little bit on this one. And my right tackle got beat. I had to bounce this one out to the outside. You see, I mean, I probably should have cut it up right there, and I didn't. I went to the outside. I feel like I had no choice, but there was enough of a hole right here, right in that little hole right there, but my instinct told me to go to the outside. So we still got some yards. Okay, we're going to go with speed option from Gun Bunch, and I'm going to go to my right, just because we got the bodies to block, and the high snap does not help things. And no, I didn't mean to do that. Terrible play all around. The high snap killed us. Okay, we're going to go ace. Deep outs. Ace slot deep outs. I guess they're blitzing. Or they're double teaming him. We're going to try this. We're going to let Johnson see if he can handle it. I dropped it. Penalty, though. We may get pass interference. Roughing the passer. Wow, I haven't seen that in forever. Guess we'll accept that. Wow, what a gift. You talk about everything going right. Bobby Petrino doesn't like that call. I want to go back and look at it. You can go back here and see. Okay, so he's already gone and thrown it. So it's obvious. He's going to get hit or something right here. Yeah, it happened. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, I'm going to try my fullback deep play again. They're going man, but what worries me is that guy is on him, so I got to go to one of the receivers. Looks like we'll go back to Anderson. Didn't get much out of it. So we're going to go basic option. Now they're bringing everybody. We're still going to go with our option. I think we got a better chance getting yards out of it. Good blocking there. And, Take it to the house, son. Go. Great play by Gladhar. It was impact player on impact player for that one. Something had to give. Thankfully, we came out on top with this one.
Right about that, Coach. Excellent job by the running back.
Kid's a stud running back. Okay. Again, this is a heavy twin set. We're going to go triple option counter. But look, they're going man, and look, all that room on the left side. It's just obvious what we got to do here. And I don't have any room up the middle to do anything, so we'll just pitch it to him. Keep it simple. Again, I wanted to see, I read that linebacker, and even if it wouldn't matter what he'd done, Gladhart couldn't have done anything right there. He got bunched up. My left guard got beat a little bit. That's why I'm real big on, sometimes you just have to read a hole if there's something there. If there isn't, you just may need to keep it. Again, it's all situational. Okay, I'm going to go back to slam, this time from ace normal. Like, I can leave it as is, and we can fumble. Davidson. Somebody get him. Hey, he just fumbled it. I didn't do any juking or anything. It's just a good strip fumble. That's one of our first turnovers we've had in a long time. Okay, let's see if Louisville can take advantage of that. Play action. Ah, what a hit. Clothesline.
Louisville takes a timeout. It's 2nd down and 7 to go.
So they called a timeout. We're going to go back to quarters at a nickel. They're going 5 wide.
Manning steps back to pass.
Oh, dang it. I just wasn't in a good position. I should have picked that off, though. Okay, they're going with a very big set. So we'll go with our 4-4. It seems to work okay against goal line over the year. Ah, couldn't get him. I made the tackle, but he got the first. So we're going to go back to quarters. I'm assuming they're going to pass some. Nope, they're going to run the ball. Good stop there. I'm going to try our first zone blitz of the day. Halfback draw, that's a good call. Wasn't expecting that, and he's almost got the first. Oh, he did get it for timeout. So I kind of expected this, them taking advantage of a turnover. We got to make a play. Ah, dang it. I don't know what happened there. I just jumped at a terrible time.
They just didn't make the play on the ball.
You're right.
Now, who knows what they're going to call here? Something goofy. Counter. Dang it, somebody get him. And I couldn't. Well,
Nice gain for the halfback.
That time they kept it on the ground with the counter play. The block.
they're going to call that same play.
Tailback was able to get into the open field and do some special things.
Look at that. Yeah.
A little juke.
That's why I didn't call a timeout. I knew they was going to score regardless. It just wasn't worth it. Just a good little play. We will, we got 36 seconds and 3 timeouts. I might be able to do something with this. We'll see. But if you turn the ball over, the CPU can sometimes take advantage of it and score on you. Not all the time, but they can. I'm just going to take a fair catch on that one. Now, normally I would pass in this situation, but I'm definitely going to run it. That's just what our best, our strength is at. And I think we got a better chance of getting up the field with it. Ah, all right, good deal. We're at the 50-yard line. 30 seconds. I'm going with another power option. Look at that. Anytime you got a twin set like that, you're going to see some heavy shifting. So if you don't want to see all that shifting, you may want to go to more balanced sets. But either way, we're going to go with the power option. And I had to pitch that early. Get a block right there, and he's gone. That's a good answer to their touchdown. Good deal. Awesome little play right there. Good little replay. Now what we can do. So what I was talking about before was the shifting part. And this is another thing. With this offense, if you're going to see, any I formation, technically, if I had Clark over here, say 87 was over here, it's still not a balanced set because you technically have one extra guy on this side of the field with your tight end. So naturally, anytime the CPU sees an unbalanced set, they're probably going to shift something. If the defensive line pinching in or going out or up, the linebacker's going this way or that way. So if you want to see less shifting, use more balanced sets. Ace normal, ace slot, ace spread, 2x2 sets. Now, this is the most extreme situation when you got twins, where you got both receivers over here, and a lot of times the CPU will just do some crazy shifting that don't make a lick of sense, and you have all of this grass to play with. It's just a field day for you as long as you get decent blocking. So if you want a challenge, you may want to use more balanced sets in your run game. Okay, good answer. 23 seconds to go. We'll kick an extra point, get on defense, and try to get to half with the same score.
And he hits the PAT. And now let's take a look at the drive summary. Here's the kick.
Get a fair catch. Now, I think they're going to throw. They're going to try to do something with this unless we can get a stop. I need to do a better job on my side of the field. I'm not getting a very good position. That's a good throw. They may hurry up. Now, here's where they get goofy. They'll call something really dumb like counter that we won't be able to stop. They're going to do a halfback read, and we stopped it. They should call a timeout if they want to do something. There they go. Okay. Around the 40, they may. It's quite possible they may go Hail Mary here. I'm thinking they will. And he's going to get sacked. Yeah, they went Hail Mary on that one. His offensive line did not do a very good job here. I think several guys came through. And look how far he backed up. He started looking like me there for a second. He backed up, but I guess it's Hail Mary. Maybe that's how the game programmed this particular play for that quarterback to really back up. Either way, good play by us. All right, that is end of the half. We can check out some stats. Everything has gone our way. Their offense just hasn't done much. They're just limited. And if you could just somehow, some way slow down an impact running back, the rest of it could take care of itself, which is what we've done so far. We had the one turnover. That's our first turnover in quite a while. We've had a pretty clean season all year in terms of turnovers. It's maybe one of the reasons why we're undefeated. I do want to check the individual stats, check out our rushing. And Gladhar and Davidson are splitting the carries, and it looks like Gladhar needs to touch the ball a little bit more, and Davidson already has 2 touchdowns. That's just kind of the way it worked out. Simmons has 2, but I really don't care how many rushing attempts he has. It all depends just on the option stuff. Okay, third quarter. Let's get the ball back. See if we get right down the field and score again. This is a return opportunity.
Simmons fields at the goal line. Makes a move.
Didn't get a whole lot there. Now, we're in flex twins. I'm going to go with the fullback sting. Now, they're going with our underfront. So, I wonder. I'm going to go to the right. I want to see if this guy will block. No, he didn't. I shouldn't. We can go back and look at this. I didn't really need to move Davidson over to the right. I was hoping he was going to block that defensive end. And he kind of did, but I didn't have to move him. That was my fault. That was dumb. I didn't need to do that. Either way, our right tackle got blown up, so it didn't make much of a difference. What I would have done with Davidson.
Boy, he is one big.
Yo, it looks like he's got
Okay, they're going zone 4-3. We're going with basic power option. Now, I may be able to cut up field a little bit on this one. We'll just do this. Good little run by Simmons. We can go back and look at this. Again, anytime it is zone, I always try to think vertically and not horizontally. So, I'm just looking for any crease. I try to get around that defensive end. And then at this point, I'm not even looking to see what coverage they're going now. Look, they're going cover 2, which means this guy's going to hang around right there. But anytime it's zone, I'm thinking this way, as soon as I can. And I found a little opportunity to cut up field. Good little nudge by Myers on that defender right there in order for me to pick up another 5 yards. We'll give Simmons a bit of a break and do a basic handoff, this time to Gladhar. We'll go to the right. Get a block. Good defense. Yeah, the guy took advantage of that one for sure. Okay, we're going to go power option. They're going zone. I'm going to go to the right. Good blocks there. I'm going to keep this, and I don't think I got a first. Dang it. I went out of bounds too early. I'm going to go back the slam with Gladhar, just see if I can pick up the first down. What worries me is I want to go to the left. And good block. Well, he nudged him enough. We can go back and look at this. I was hoping Myers would get that linebacker. He was going to bypass him, but he got in the way just enough for me to get the first.
Drive.
Okay, we're going to go flex twins. We're going to try that play action play, but they're going zone, so this is going to be like an RPR for me. We can roll out and see if anybody's open.
He's going right.
Great catch, but it's out of bounds.
Way to look
Oh,
at
wow,
it.
he caught that somehow.
He displayed some great hands there.
I'm just waiting for somebody to get open, and Davidson did get open right there. I threw a little too late. He somehow got in? They were calling that a catch somehow. We'll take it.
This is the 7th play.
And now I want to surprise them with another pass play. I've been trying to make this play work all day. I want them to go cover 0. Their impact guy isn't out there. It's just they're going man. I want to try to go to Myers if they go cover 0. But they'll go with a 1 high. So we'll just go back down underneath here, and he drops it.
Out of his hand. 10 to go.
We'll see if we can't make up those yards. We'll go QB choice at a bunch. I like the shift, all that good stuff. So I'm going to hand this off.
This impact linebacker is
Good blocking there. Oh, they're going to give it to me. They got it. Good deal. First down.
Play here. The quarterback gives it up.
So we're going to go triple. Now, there's a humongous hole on the right side. I'm going to go to the right. And I'm going to leave it as is. I'm just going to hand that off. Now, that probably was a bad idea. I just saw too big of a hole right here. I mean, just look at all this. Just a humongous space. But what I probably should have done is I didn't look at this guy. Let's just see what happened when I snapped the ball. I done it correctly. He blitzed. He came out this way. This guy's this way. So I made the right choice by giving it to Gladhar. Problem is our offensive line just didn't do a very good job creating a hole for me. We got barely a yard.
yard line.
We're going to go back to speed option from ace normal. We're going man. I'm going to go to the right just to get away from that linebacker. I like that. Helped a little bit.
Simmons.
Be patient there.
Lateral. And they push him out.
This is a good example of how much patience you need. Don't use the speed button. And good job by that defensive end, or I think he was the linebacker. Yeah, that linebacker going to the outside. It messed me up a little bit, but I was able to pitch it. Again, no speed button, then you just cut up field with it.
7 yards there on the option zone. Brought to you by
Okay, it's 3rd and 2. I want to go to our base play, power option, and they're going, they shifted their linebackers. I'm still going to go to the left.
Here's the option.
We'll just go ahead and pitch it. Just pick up the easy yards here. Good little play.
And out.
We're going to go halfback power. Everybody and their brother is on the right side, so we're going to go to our left. This will go to Gladhar. Just enough blocking to get 6 points. Good deal.
Nice job by the running back.
That's a good little thumbnail right there. If that scoreboard went in the way, I would use it. Made a whole lot of sense just to go to the left. We'll kick an extra point. And we're getting to the point where we can almost put in our second string. I'll do that definitely in the 4th quarter. Unless they score another touchdown or something. But the game is over with. We got to start thinking about national championship. So we need all hands on deck for that. So definitely start of the 4th quarter. I'll just put in my second string. Because that's definitely more important. Because this game is over with. I'm going to go quarters because I think they're going to throw it. They may just go back to the run game and say, screw it, the game is over with, we don't care. And they're going to go with the quarterback play. I just couldn't see on that side how close I could get.
Louisville lines up in a shotgun set. They snap it to
Halfback direct. Pick up the first down.
First down, pick up by the tailback on the 44.
So I'm going back to quarters, but it may be a better idea just to go back to stopping the run, because technically those last 2 plays were runs, or they were to their halfback. Yep, they're going to play action right here. Thankfully, he went out of bounds.
That last pass got him only a yard. 2nd and 9.
So they're going with a 3 running back look? Okay.
There's a shift by the linebacker.
I'm guessing they're going to run.
He drops back.
Going to pass. Almost got sacked. Good defense.
That one's fallen incomplete. With that pressure,
We're going to go after this cat if we can.
steps up.
I just can't get to him in time.
Deep down the right side.
Good defense by Schroeder.
And that pass
I didn't want to take him over, let him handle it.
deflected. That's great.
So the second string has been put in. It doesn't show it here, but will show up on the next play.
And something tells me he's looking for a second return. Hangs it up high.
Do a fair
Ball for the
catch.
fair catch. They'll get the ball
So
here.
the second string is in there because we're going to play for a national championship here really
Sets up in
soon.
the eye.
And I don't need any of my starters playing since we got this game in hand. So I'm going to just try to run as much clock as I can here.
Got an opening.
He's got enough speed. He may be able to take it. Wow, he's going to take it to the end zone.
At the 40, at the 30, to the 20, to the 10.
Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Just enough speed for the long. That's why he's on my return team. The guy just wasn't fast enough to keep up with him. We'll definitely try to run clock going forward.
Less than a minute. Payne.
I'm going to do a normal kick this time. I'm just curious to see what's going to happen.
Returning this one. Number 24 takes it from the 6.
And that's a good little stop.
So the offense 30.
So I'm going to have to stay in 4-3 or in the 4-3 because I don't have the depth to run much of anything else.
Inside give. He might have a chance.
Somebody make a stop. And we're going to see a lot of this with that guy today. Well, going forward.
Kept it on the ground with things.
As you can tell,
First and 10. Ball on the 40.
our depth is getting better.
Manning drops to throw. Wants to throw.
Thankfully, he dropped that one.
Couldn't haul it in. Deal.
We're going to go to a 4-3.
They shift on their defensive front. Manning tosses to the left side.
And I'm glad we got a stop there. I was curious to see if we was going to be able to or not. I can't run much nickel, so we're going to go with a quarters to stop the third down. They may just run it here. And he didn't get it. Good deal. They may go for it. Okay, end of the third quarter. Let's get into the fourth and wrap this thing up. They're going goal line, so I feel compelled to go with 4-4, even though I don't have the linebackers to really do it. And he's going to get his first.
With a takedown, they get what they need, and that is a nice job.
I don't know why they still have their first string in there. I mean, the game is well in hand, but we're going to go quarters, but they may just go right back to the run game. Nope, they're going to throw it. Ah, dang it. I was too far out. Good little play there. That's that play action tight end play. That's a tough play to run. Okay, we're going to go with 4-3. Oh, I just couldn't get around the guy. He still got the first. So I'm running nickel, but as you can tell, I don't have the corners to do it, so this was a mistake on my part. I just need to stay in the 4-3. Good open field tackle there at least. Good tackle there. I went with a zone blitz, but this probably was a mistake to... Yeah, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about the yardage. They didn't need much to get the first. I'm going to do another zone blitz, though. I'm going to go up the middle this time.
Louisville comes to the line with 3 wide.
I almost got the interception or the sack. Thankfully, he went out of bounds. That's how you attack cover 2. You've seen me done it a million times. Play action and cover 2 zone. That go rack can get wide open. He just got out of bounds just enough. We're going to go back to quarters. This time they're going ace tight. I don't think they've caught anything from this formation today. Good catch, little mesh play. We're bringing everybody and their brother, but I have no choice but to go 4-3. That's my best 11. And they're going with that tight end look. Get him. And he didn't get it, I don't think. And I went the wrong way. Somebody stop him. And he got it, I think. So they've converted like 18 third downs on this drive. Now they put in their second string. That's a weird timing issue. I don't know why they all of a sudden decided, hey, let's put in our second string. And touchdown. I was hoping to... I brought 2 outside blitzes and it didn't work. He had all day to throw here. I was hoping one of those guys would have gotten to him, but just wasn't quick enough. So they'll kick an extra point. Then they'll go for an onside kick. We'll try to get that back. Now there will be 2 minutes left. Hopefully we can just run out the clock.
And he tacks on the extra point. So with just
That last drive took up 3 minutes and 43 seconds. Whew. I thought it took forever.
here's the onside kick.
What are you doing? We so lucky to get that ball back. Okay, we're going to just hand the ball off going forward. We just need to run clock.
State comes out with an eye
Don't do anything crazy here. If we could just get a first down or two, that'd be great. And couldn't get nothing out of that one.
The defense. Ball in their own
It's zone 4-3. I'm going with the power option, but since we got a pocket passer, we'll just do our basic toss. We are going to run clock. So just a little toss play right here, just to run clock to go with it. We'll cut up the middle with Davidson
And down he goes.
because he's fresh.
Good for 7 yards.
So we're going to run to our left. I'm going to call the same play. Now, motion, now we got to balance it technically. If I'm going to run to the left, there's just less bodies in that side. Get this down to a few seconds.
They'll run the option. And now he pitches it. He jukes it.
And I didn't get the first. I'm going to go for it.
Louisville.
So they're going goal line here. And I didn't think about this. We'll still probably go for it.
Hurst run the option.
And that was dumb. That was stupid on my part. I should have called something else.
You took this drive at the
That was my bad. I should have called something different. I wasn't expecting him to go goal line on that
Sweeney,
play.
4 wide receivers.
So now the game is extended.
Broke away from one. They'll bring him down.
Maybe I can get an interception right here.
He drops back. Steps up. He tosses it short.
Ooh, thankfully he dropped it. I think he was going to be out of bounds regardless. We're going to try a zone blitz
The Cardinals go with the I formation.
and a toss play, which isn't going to work. Good deal. 4th and 7, they may go for it.
Offense will leave the field.
Sequence of play.
Thankfully, they're not going to go for it. They've given up officially, so we can get the ball back and take a knee and be done with it.
Long back to receive, and you better believe this is the last guy.
Very far kick on the right, and
And this one's going to go out of bounds.
all right, we'll have one play go.
Defense.
Should only take one kneel down
Ball on the
to
11.
end this thing.
And he takes a knee.
42-14. We'll check out some stats.
There's the final gun, and this game is history. Any final
Good little look there by Simmons and Clark. Okay, let's check out some stats. Looking here, 462 yards of offense. Of course, we ran the ball pretty much the entire time. 400 plus yards rushing. Second half, they tried to do a little bit in the offense, but they just couldn't get enough going. We had 3 sacks on them. They played a clean game. They just didn't have enough to keep up with us. All right, let's check out I want to see the rushing here. Gladhard, he did get an extra attempt over Davidson, which I'm fine with. We have 3 different guys get touchdowns. Davidson, Gladhard, and Long. Receiving, we didn't do enough there. I can't wait till I can start passing some. I always enjoy that more than running. And I enjoy teaching it as well. All right, let's look at the defensive side of things. Simmons, Jared Simmons, the true freshman corner, our number 2 guy, had 6 tackles today. Good for him. Potts was in second place, and Allen, Royal, and Abdullah. And Royal, I know I contributed maybe a couple of those, maybe just one, I don't remember. But he did get a tackle for loss. Okay, come on back. We will simulate. I'm not going to do anything going forward. You're going to see right here going forward, we're going to simulate the rest of the season more or less. We're going to look at all of our bowl game type stuff, the awards, and we're going to find out exactly where we're going to be at in the national championship game because it looks like we're going to be there probably with Miami. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.